It's been 24 hours since HOVENSA announced the closing of its oil refinery on St. Croix, and the impact to the territory keeps growing. In addition to the 2,000 jobs lost, the governor is now predicting that instead of 60 million lost in property and income taxes, that number is closer to 100 million.
The $60 million number with taxes paid by employees, taxes paid, income taxes paid also by contractors. There's probably estimated another 30 million that we could throw on with respect to other activities. So we're looking at a significant hole that has now been created.
It's an enormous financial hole that's been created. The territory now needs almost $100 million to fill it. There's also the issue of how much HOVENSA will now pay in property taxes now that it's going from oil refinery to oil terminal.
One of the things I believe that they will want to talk to us about is if they're no longer a refinery, that they'll now and want to be an oil terminal, they may want to talk about their concession agreements. Well, we're looking at about $14 million a year that we get from HOVENSA in real property taxes. And I'm sure they want to talk to us about that. So when I meant the loss in property taxes, I meant I'm sure they're going to want to reduce that number. I'm not sure we can afford to reduce that number.
In addition to property taxes and the 2,000 layoffs, major challenges remain.
HOVENSA represented 21% of our gross territorial product. That's a tremendous number. And our gross territorial product is about $4.5 billion. So 21% of it represented activity there.
That's $945 million lost in the Virgin Islands' gross territorial product. That alone will greatly affect the VI's current financial crisis that tallies to an estimated $67.4 million budget shortfall.
The announcement of yesterday is going to have a tremendous impact on that. It's going to cause us to, again, adjust our fiscal year 12 budget, but also in my budget prep for fiscal year 13, which begins October 1, we're probably going to have to lower even more. So there's some very tough decisions we have to make, but at the same time, we've got to figure out to make sure that economic activity continues. I mean, we're 102,000 people. It'll change to a certain extent, I'm quite sure, but how do we capitalize on what's going forward? How do we capitalize on the 3 hotel projects that are ready to move on St. Croix, the 1 hotel project that's ready to move on St. Thomas, the broadband infrastructure that we're putting in place, the research and technology park that's being constructed and tenants are interested in, the global crossing cable that's on the western end of St. Croix. We've got the basic infrastructure there. We just now need to capitalize on it.
And move forward quickly to embrace an infrastructure that's changing even faster. Allison Bourne-Vanek, News 2.